I mean, lighter cane, nice and tall. Bolivia, mother of
I'm about to do something incredible to fuck the world up in a good way.
Fourth quarter pressure, 5-ton jack with the metal box. Red one of stamp. Fourth quarter pressure, 5-ton jack with the metal box. Red one of stamp.
I'm a real thing. I done been through shit, fights, tear gas, all. I know how to do all this shit. They didn't know I was already a veteran.
With the metal box, 5-ton jack with the acetone, recompress it back. Took a 4A out each one, and it's jumping back.
When I listen to therapy shit, and I hear you get off those bars, and it's a lot that you're mentioning in that song. Even intro was an intro session, you know. When I listen to the bars and the things that you get off on that song, was that your way of kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, was that a therapy that you were taking yourself through?
Yes, sir.
The transition?
It was a cleansing.
It was a cleansing, right?
Like, and that's just one of my therapy sessions. I got a lot of them. I got therapy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we on 5 right now.
Okay.
And I just do these therapies and I just go to the beat go off.
Mm-hmm. When you reflect on your career, even when you put out Isla back in 2016, and the success you had from that project being only second in terms of sales to Drake's Views, I think it was that year, and reaching that certified platinum status, you know, this still hip hop too, you know.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure if people realize the kind of success you've had, you know, especially with that particular project.
No, and it's a beautiful thing because people are still discovering Kevin Gates.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Gates is no longer, I said this to you one time before, Kevin Gates is no longer a great artist. Kevin Gates is a great feeling. Mm-hmm. Whatever that feeling is, it provoked you to a great feeling. Whether it provoked you to a great feeling of anger, a feeling of happiness, maybe you want to be sexually explicit, a feeling of depression, a feeling of, well, I call it, most people call it depression. I call it depression curing, because I notice when you release it and get it out, it don't take as much of a toll on you anymore when you speak about the things that have affected you, because it's somebody on earth that's going through that same situation. So, and until Kevin Gates has really helped a lot of people. Yeah. It's a great feeling. Mm-hmm. It's a feeling. People need Kevin Gates. I need Kevin Gates.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting, because you've talked about all of these things, and I'll be remiss if I didn't ask you about Mac Miller, because he obviously dealt with similar issues in terms of substance abuse and depression.
I'm gonna talk about it with you.
Okay.
But I've been knowing Mac Miller.
Yeah.
I used to go to his house and record.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I used to jump out the James Bond coupe with the little bitty dog. I used to be in the gray James Bond coupe with the little gray dog.
Yeah.
And like, he was like a brother to me. A lot of people don't know. I fuck with dude. I do. I didn't get on the internet and be like, hey, rest in peace, Mac Miller, because that wasn't my position. Mm-hmm. I still got that certain level of loyalty that I'm gonna keep, even if you here or even behind your back. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. But me and dude had a personal relationship outside of music.
Yeah.
So I believe that he changed form. I don't believe in depth. I believe he changed form. That's what I believe.
Energy never died.
Energy never died. So may peace be upon Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Not rest in peace.
Change form.
I'm not afraid to change form. You say from a law we come to a law we must return.
Well, you know, we ain't really got no choice in the matter. It's going to happen. That's how I look at it too. Mac Miller changed form. Your family changed form.
May peace be upon him.
I seen you transform, you know, constantly transform. When I watch your travels overseas, and I see my brother taking that pilgrimage to Mecca, you know.
Yes, sir.
I know that's a very personal experience.
The reward was in the journey for me. The reward wasn't going to the holy cities and praying in the masjids and kissing the Kaaba. That wasn't it. It's about the intentions of your heart. If the intentions of your heart aren't right, you will not be successful. And what I mean by successful, you may have all the money in the world, But if you're not happy, then you are living in a prison of depression. You're not successful. You're a rich bitch. That's all.
A rich bitch. Talk about that journey. Because some of the things you said when you were over there, and you said it in the most humble way, is I'm looking at what it is over here. You went to like hoods over there by yourself.
Yes, sir.
You walked into hoods in Saudi Arabia all by yourself, you know.
It was love.
It was love?
All love. But that's everywhere I go.
Yeah.
People say that like it's more dangerous in this country than it is over there. People die over there from car wrecks and stuff like that. Over here, hey, if the police don't kill you, the niggas will. You know what I'm saying? It's way more dangerous over
Way
here.
more dangerous over there?
Over here, it's way more dangerous in America than it is in any foreign country.
Yeah. When you have these experiences and you share them, you may not realize it, but you know, a lot of us are learning through you. You know what I mean?
And I ran from that calling. I ran from that. And my wife argued with me all the time, like, you mean much more to the world than just being an artist, Kevin. You're not going to just be an artist. That's just something you like to do. You're going to affect the world differently. And I got a lot of people. And that's why I speak on a lot of subject matters and I tell my truth. It may not be the truth of everybody else, but it's my truth. And I'm not opinionated or anything. I don't judge. But at the same time, it's a lot of people that don't have no father. They don't have no great man that they could come up under. But you know, me being a great man, you can go to my page and it might, that situation that I may be elaborating on, that may be a situation that an individual may be going through. And they just, okay, yeah, I'm gonna deal with it differently. Cause I'm not perfect. I've made a million mistakes. I've made a million of them. I always had to learn the hard way. I'm tired of doing that.
How different did you feel when you came back to the States after taking that pilgrimage to Mecca as a person? Or was it just reassurance?
I was very depressed
Okay.
after I came back.
What were you depressed about?
Cause over there, it was all races of people. All races of people. Every race you could think of was there. And we all praying to one God. And when you get over here, it's so many different things that separate us, such as the way we wear our clothes, our hair, or the color of our skin, the color of our eyes. Like, we just grow up categorizing everything and we put each other in the categories instead of saying, look, we in the human family. Like, Islam is to be peaceful with all humanity. They may not be our brothers in faith, but they are our brothers in humanity. So we must be peaceful with all humanity. I mean, and over here it's just different.
It's just different. And then you got to also transition from that mentality or that higher state of consciousness into coming over here and transition back into our way of society in the States. And then even on a different level, who you are as Kevin Gates individually. So when you make comments on social media that a lot of people like to react to, but I find interesting. But you said this humbly when you said, no offense to my sister Nessa and Colin, you haven't spoken to
I'm the one
them.
told them to get married. If they haven't, if they did, I told them, I say, marry her. She's a great woman.
You told Colin that?
Yeah. I told him, I said, hey, marry that woman. He was like, I got you.
And then, but you also told him, you know, in Islam, we do not bow to no man under the sun other than Allah.
Well, we bow to no one under the stars but God.
But God.
And that ain't even Islam. It's just, we don't bow.
Yeah.
Not as kings. We don't bow. Before I be a slave, I'd rather be buried in my grave. I would die before I be that. I'm not about to, no, I'm not taking no knee. I'm sorry. Even when I went to, like taking a knee for me, like I relate the streets to football a lot. You know, I quarterback a great team, you know?
Yeah.
I'm the quarterback of a great team, you know, but I'm more of a Cam Newton in his prime.
Yeah.
But like I say, Colin had the eye of the oracle. And like I say, I look at social injustice as bullying. bullying of people that you feel like you got the ups on because they are weaker people, but they really strong. You just got to keep these people weak in their mind. I don't bow. I'm willing to die for what I believe in. And I've been a victim of police brutality.
Yeah.
Once I changed the way that I move, you know, when pull over, I'm gonna roll all the windows down, I'm gonna turn on the lights. Cause I know if I was walking up to a car with tinted windows, I'd be kind of nervous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd be kind of nervous. And, you know, like I say, they got some police that are assholes. They got some that's not. It's not a shot at them. It's not a shot at Colin Kaepernick, but you don't make the bullet stop by taking a knee.
Mm-hmm.
You meet force with force.
You meet force with force.
Yes, sir.
He got advice from other veterans, who served in the military, that taking a knee would probably be the appropriate way.
How?
To bring attention to the problem of injustice and police brutality.
But how?
Disrupting the flow of money, making people uncomfortable doing that.
But it still continues.
Mm-hmm.
It still continues. It's a repetitive situation. It never stopped. It never stopped. It don't stop it until you stop it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, man, Kevin, you need to have security. But my belief in God is stronger than security. I'm sorry. I don't have problems because I live a righteous life to the best of my ability. Mm-hmm. I don't have problems. I had police contact maybe a week ago.
You have police contact?
Yeah, they pulled me over. Well, I turned. They act like they was turning.
Yeah.
Then they got behind me. They did something and they followed me for like 4 blocks. Then they put their lights on. I pulled over in a parking lot, rolled my windows down, cut all the lights on in the car, cut the car off. By the time they came to the window, you know, my hands in plain sight, you know. But to be honest with you, I prayed because I knew if either one of them would have got out of line, hey, you know what you got to do me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what you got to do me. It ain't no military secret. Mm-hmm. You know, but they was very respectful. And I think that they was taken back and amazed by how respectful I was. Yes, ma'am, this is my license registration. You know? Call my wife. I say, babe, stay on FaceTime with me just to make sure the situation goes well. Mm-hmm. They didn't even give me a ticket. They asked me, you on probation or parole? No, ma'am. License registration, yes, ma'am. And she told me, look, just slow it down, sir. I said, yes, ma'am, all well. Mm-hmm. And they was like, they was shocked, like you pull up and you see somebody with a mouth full of diamonds and a face full of tattoos, but they so respectful and so humble. It was like, but not, I was respectful and humble. I wasn't scared. No fear.
No fear.
No.
When you went to Watts, how did that happen?
I didn't go there to shoot that video.
Yeah. This was for Vouch, right?
Yes, sir, but
Yeah.
I just decided to shoot that video in Watts because Watts reminds me of Louisiana a lot, the way that they live in. And that's a neighborhood that I hang in a lot when I'm here. You know, they got a little spot. I think it's called Locos. I forgot the name of it, but it's like a little vegan spot. They got vegan, they got turkey chili, they got all, you know, collard greens, and it tastes like Southern cooking. So I go over there a lot. I like they coconut coffees and things of that nature. Then I got a brother that live over there. He from Watts. And it's just somewhere I always go, and I always told him, I say, man, look, we gotta shoot a video back here. I say, soon as I get my Corvette, we gonna shoot a video back here. I got my Corvette, but I ended up getting incarcerated afterwards. Yeah. So that was a dream of mine to shoot a video back there, because I love that neighborhood.
That you look like you grew up in that neighborhood, the way they received you.
They love me.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, they love me. But they know what's up with me, both ways. You know, when I pull up by myself. And then I'm not in the get along gang, so if I don't know you, we're not gonna have no conversation. But the person or the people that I come to see, that's who I come see, and I greet everybody the same way. But, you know, you could say, you know, that's my family. So anywhere I go, you know, it's gonna be the same. In the neighborhood I go to, it's gonna be the same.
The song itself, though, Vouchers, that's from the Chain to the City project, right?
Yes, sir.
And the song, and these are a couple songs you released
While being chained to the city.
while being chained to the city. But some of the lyrics in that song, and I'm paraphrasing.
Sir,
Okay.
I don't judge.
Okay. You some of the things you talk about, was it the St. John projects or
Nah, the St. John apartments.
apartments?
They
Okay.
not projects.
Projects.
But most projects are low income housing
Yeah.
apartments. That's what you say. I'm from the Jacks. You from low income apartments. But we call them projects because it was a, what you call it? A government project.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They put that together.
A bunch of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just put them all in.
Like
It was a
rat-
project. You know what I'm saying?
We used to call them rat experiments.
Yeah.
Put a bunch of people in a maze
And you would think that these people would kill themselves and be animalistic.
Yeah.
And you go there, and there's more love in these places than when you go into one of these Bel Air neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The neighbors don't even know each other.
They don't even speak on the street.
They don't even speak to each other.
Yeah.
But when you go to these places around your people, you know, and being that that's what you come from, poverty-stricken, low income, you know, I know what they expect. I used to be, I'm more concerned, my antennas go up when I'm around corporate environments. That's where the snake's at. You know, like when you in those type of settings, you know what they expect, you know what you get. And then like when people say it's violent over there, no, that's a lie. Nothing happens for nothing. They killing around there and shit, he shouldn't have fucked up.
That might have been a reaction. Who is, because you know I listen, who is Tommy Wraith?
That's a man that I look at as my father.
Okay.
Well, I call him my father. He's not my real dad.
You mentioned him in the song.
Yeah, I mentioned him. I still honor him for everything he did for me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, your own insecurities disallowed you to trust me 100%. I wish you could have been on side of me. I wish my daughter could have called you her grandfather because you really called me your son and I really call you my dad. I got this man's face tattooed on me. Like I hold this man in high regard. Even though we had disagreements, even though we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of situations, I know that he still loves me and he know that I still love him. But we grown now, baby.
Different dynamic now.
We grown now.
Yeah.
And I'ma always salute him for the things that he taught me. I'ma always salute him for that. But I just wish you could have trusted me 100% and trusted my vision and went with my theory. Because like a lot of people, I was being led spiritually. Then, I was always led spiritually. When I first met my wife, I told her, I say, we're gonna do great things together. She said, I know. I was putting your life so that we could do great things together that would affect the world and have an impact on the world. And it is doing it. I'm not gonna say it has. It's affecting the world. For you to see, man, hold on, he be with his woman all the time. Man, that's how I move. I always looked at it like, you know what? I'm gonna get all this money, and if my wife could vouch for this. Every bag I get, once I thumb through and make sure the check's straight, I give it all to her. Because anything you give to a woman, they gonna multiply it for you. You give her some semen, she gonna give you a baby. Buy a house, she gonna make it a home for you. Give her some money, man, she gonna disperse it evenly and make you, and keep that great nation. Breadwinner nation. Like, you know, that's crazy. Like, even when I check on my race in prison, I always draw my own box and put breadwinner, because that's what I am. I'm not white, black, nothing. I'm a breadwinner.
You're a breadwinner.
Yes, sir.
That's your race.
Yes, sir.
That's your ethnicity.
No, that's my classification.
That's your classification.
Yes, sir.
I'm staying on these lyrics because Vouch, I feel like, is a song that reveals a lot if you listen. And
if you listen
and you speak on a situation, because now your wife is your manager.
She been my manager.
She's been your manager.
Been my manager.
Okay.
And we both own Breadwinners Association.
Okay.
We established this business in 2010 while I was still in the Bean.
Okay.
We got the LLC and all that for the business. Like, that's my business partner. And it was the same way in the streets. She was always my partner.
You had a situation that you spoke of in the song that somebody copyrighted your name? Did they copyright
Yes,
your
sir.
name and tried to sell it back to you for $1 million?
Well, That's what it was. I had
Okay.
to pay $1 million to get my name back. And just to show you.
Wow.
I don't tell people this.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Okay.
Marcellus Kevin Gates is my government name.
Mm-hmm.
That's my government name.
Yeah.
Like, and I use my real name, like with music. And the reason I do that because this me. I'm Kevin Gates. I'm part of this Gates lineage. I'm part of this. So you know what I'm saying? And they copyrighted my name. I couldn't even have usage of the name. Then they copyrighted it federally, I believe. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But I had to forfeit $1 million in order to get my name back.
And so it's a lesson in that.
Yeah, it was a lesson in
Yeah.
that. An individual will see your greatness, and as long as they could benefit off your greatness, they will never let you know that you are great.